Hey YouTube, this is Rescue Park Fan 62. It is Thursday, April 13th, at about 6:18. In today's video, I thought I'd talk about eating and drinking at Kings Island. Now, I'm going to talk about both the eating part and the drinking part. First, I'm going to start with eating. Now, it depends on how long you want to stay there, and if you have like the food plan and the drink plan. If you do not, and you're just going to be there for one day, here are some things to think about. Um, if you plan on eating only once in the park, you can get a single meal plan um, for about $15.99 plus tax. So you're looking about 16 and a half, $17. Um, which I do think that includes a drink too. I'm not entirely sure. So now, if you plan on eating like at least 2 to 3 times in a day, the best thing to do is get the all-day meal plan. Um, that does not include a drink. I do know that. That is $31.99. So, but then if you do want to eat all day, plus you add a drink in there as well, you can add the all-day plus refill plan, which is $42.99. So so as you can see, the price pretty decently, I guess you can say. Now, depending on how much you want to spend, that is the um, different matter in this situation. Um, for the all day and the all day plus refill, um, for the food portion, you can eat every 90 minutes. For the drink ones, which I will get to, um, it is every 15 minutes. Now, for the refill, they do give you, I think it's just like a standard Coca-Cola cup. I'm not entirely sure. So now, the drink stuff. Now, again, if you have the drink plan, this does not concern that. This is if you're going for a day and you do not. You have a couple of choices in this situation. You can either get it as one drink, but that is about depending on the size you want. That's going to be around $5.50 or so, $5 to $5.50. For $16.99, you can get unlimited drinks. You can get this in a souvenir cup or a wristband. The wristband um, will let you go up and get like a drink like you do with the season pass one. Now, I believe the cup is something like this. I think it's like the standard one. I'm not sure. And again, you can drink every 15 minutes. Now that is a good deal considering if you drink a lot. Now, the good thing too about having something like the souvenir cup is even if you don't want to get soda for one time, you can get water or something like that. If you get water, I don't think that interferes with the 15-minute interval. If you get something like Powerade, I do think it does. So keep that in mind. Please note this as well. I believe they only have just the blue in the fountains. Um, Now you can get, I believe it's like red and blue in bottles as well. You can get those from um, vending machines around the park, as well as probably some of the different like grab and go locations. I do know they do like have that for bottled water. I think they have that for Powerade as well. Now, for the stands that participate in the food plan, there you will see signs, like a little sign around each thing that is part of the food plan. Please note this: not everything is on the food plan. So it's typically stuff like burgers and fries, chicken tenders and fries, pizza, stuff like that. Now, once you get into some other stuff, it's possible. Um, you just have to see, because I know there are certain things on the all day is not on the all day plus refill. Um, Same with vice versa. Like, I do know you can't get like snacks as part of the all day, I believe. So keep that in mind. Um, the other good thing about the all you can drink as well is that does include the Coca Cola Freestyle machines around the park. As of now, at least there are, I believe, two stations for freestyle machines. You have it in the Coca Cola Marketplace near Enrique's, formerly known as Hank's, right by Coney Mall. And then you have it in the Coca Cola Marketplace over by um, the Miami River Brew House, as well as Mystery Mine, not Mystery Mine, uh, over in that area. The one over by Miami River Brew House isn't always open, so keep that in mind. Now for fountain, just regular fountains, it depends on the stand, but most of the stands carry Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, I believe Coke Zero as well. Um, Mellow Yellow, Mr. Pibb, or Pibb Extra, whatever you want to call it, and High C. Now you can ask for cups of water, but keep this in mind: the cups of water that they give you are going to be the size of a Dixie cup you have in your house. So keep that in mind. So if you want more water for your money, um, one of the things I would highly suggest as well is if you get one of the larger Coca-Cola cups that are about $5 or so, you you could keep that and fill that up. Now I think there are uh, water um, fountains around the park. I think there are some water uh, refill stations as well. So the best thing you can do, actually, if you want to do it, is get ice in that cup and then just go find one of the water refill stations and fill it up from there. Um, so that is ideas. Now, as far as snacks is concerned, at Kings Island, they have Amy Ann's pretzels. They have cinnamon. They have stuff like the famous cinnamon bread at Dollywood. It's their version. At the French Porch Cafe, I think that's what it's called. They're at the corner. They have a stand next to that where it's like popcorn, ices, and soda, and cotton candy as well. Um, there is another stand similar in Coney Mall that sells popcorn, ices, and soda. Um, Now you can get stuff like homemade fudge and that sorts. Um, Now in Kids Land and in Action Zone, you can get ice cream. Please keep in mind as well with the ice cream, you can get it in uh, vanilla, chocolate, and mixed vanilla and chocolate, and then also their famous blue ice cream. Uh, you can also, in fact, get that blue ice cream as a beer. Um, Now, alcohol wise, they have Budweiser products. I know how a lot of people feel about that, so I'm curious about how that's gonna go. Um, and then in certain ones, you can find like a full bar. You can find that at the Miami River Brew House, where you can typically find a lot more options than just like Bud Light, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra. Um, in the old Tom and Chi, right by Diamondback, they converted that into a beer place as well, where you can find, I believe, frozen cocktails, uh, beer in a can, and then as well as on draft. I'm still finding out what the beer on draft is, and I will put it down below. Um, I would assume it's probably like Bud Light, Budweiser, um, stuff like that. Now, there will also be alcohol carts around the park as well. Um, that typically will have like Bud Light, Budweiser, and something else, as well as their own beer on tap, as well as bottles of beer as well. They do have Budweiser, Bud Light, and a few other things in a bottle as well. Those are going to be around the $10 time frame. If you looked at my haunt video from last year, I did a video about the review of their alcohol stuff for that. I don't know if they're going to have stuff like that for every sort of event like that. Their first big event coming up will be the Grand Carnival, but that is not until June, I think. Now, the last thing is this. Um, and this is something now also, I forgot to mention this as well. Kings Island uh, is having some food redone, restaurant wise. The Skyline Chili in the front is being redone into a grain and grill, like what they have at their sister park, Kings Dominion. I don't think, from the looks of it, from what I've seen online, it's not going to be open quite yet. It'll probably be open around Memorial Day ish, if I had to guess. Like I said, the Tom and Chi moved out where you can get frozen cocktails and stuff. Tom and Chi moved into the Chick-fil-A building right near the Eiffel Tower. Chick-fil-A also moved out. You will find those out at every Cedar Fair park. Also, another chain that moved out as well is Subway. I don't know if anything has gone in the Subway location yet. If there will be for this year. Um, Enrique's, formerly known as Hank's, is another revamped one. From my understanding, it's still going to serve similar things as Hank's. It's just going to be a different name, maybe a couple other minor changes. Around the back, you're also going to find another bar as well. I forgot what it's going to be called. It used to be called the Beer Garden. I don't know if it's going to serve food or not. I will try and do some short vlogs when I'm there. Lastly, if you do go this year, have a good time, and let me know in the comments below. Have you been to Kings Island before? If you have, what you thought. What is your favorite thing there? What is your favorite food there, etc.